We'll find out in a minute.
Folks, we are live right now. Some Beer Guys Radio. Are we working, Nate? Did it go away? We're working. Okay, we had some audio errors. It was playing audio from too many places, Brian.
Everywhere.
Too many places. So much audio.
That's right.
So much audio.
It was surround.
This is like our 4th or 5th annual holiday craft beer tasting, but it's the first Beer Guys Radio. It's actually second.
It's second.
Interfaith Holiday Craft Beer Spectacular Extravaganza. Right, Brian?
Yes.
So, and we have our friends from Rainy Day Brewing, our Jewish friends, which does make this Interfaith. And you know what? Something we talked about last time you guys are on, we talked about gefilte fish because we had an interest in that. And thanks for bringing and sharing. I enjoy it. I dig it.
Absolutely. You're welcome.
Yeah. So gefilte fish, you eat, take a matzo, Brian.
Yes.
Get you a chunk of gefilte fish, put it on your matzo, and then you can choose from either just white horseradish or
Siri wants in on it.
Interrupting you. Or the red, which is horseradish and beets, right?
Correct. Yes.
I'm good feeling
We're starting this off right. But we are going to be tasting through
terrible.
Terrible.
I thought it was closer than that when I said
it.
Like,
Nate?
no,
we good to go, man. All right, so
we didn't bring a knish.
knish. I'd eat a knish there. Chop liver.
I'd
knish, just
one,
do the whole,
please.
the whole shebang. When I was I remember 2nd grade being the first time we started learning different cultures and things, and we did a whole Hanukkah. We made, is it latkes? Or is that what the potato cakes are? So we made latkes and we made dreidels and did stuff. And I had the hots for my teacher. So I did whatever she told me. It was like, yeah, okay, Miss Hallra, I'll obey. But it was a fun time. Back then you could do stuff like at Easter, we hatched chickens in the classroom. I lived in Nebraska, so maybe it was a little more appropriate there, but it was a good time.
What happened to the chickens afterwards?
I don't know. I remember them hatching.
Schmaltz.
Yeah, exactly. The schmaltz.
Delicious.
And what'd you say that the skins were called? It's schmaltz. And we had to refer to Mom here.
Yes, we did. Mom
to get it.
Gravis.
Okay. And that's chicken skins fried in chicken fat?
Yes. It's got to be.
Yeah. It's got to be. Mm-hmm. So, but so definitely we're learning stuff. We're learning mostly about the important part of Judaism to us, which is the food.
That's right. So I really like that horseradish with the beets in it. That's really good. I put that on toast just by itself, or matzo.
Let me just say that Judaism is all about the food.
It's either
I'm converting that.
Feast or fast, right?
Well, there's one day we fast and we make up for it the rest of the year.
There you go. Absolutely.
Ooh, the fasting. I changed my mind about that. Then
every holiday, we'll have to come back on Passover and really.
Okay.
The typical meal conversation is, what are we eating next?
Yeah.
What is the next meal? That is the conversation while eating.
That's,
while eating. This is good. What do you want to do for the next thing?
I was watching reruns of The Nanny recently. It's been on, and her mom is always eating and what's next and doing this and that. And I know that brisket is a big thing in the Jewish community, so I'm down for that.
It's a very different brisket though.
Yeah, have you been to Bagelicious in Marietta?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got friends that are big fans, so we meet for breakfast there. So I've had the brisket there and that. And we had, when I lived in New York, we had Jewish delis there where, you get your brisket and stuff, corned beef brisket, mustard, slather it with some mustard on some good Jewish fry. You're set.
That sounds good. I love brisket, so I need to find out what the Jewish variety of brisket is. I had no idea there was a difference. I thought it was just brisket.
It's more of a tomato sauce.
Okay.
We talked about manischewitz. My mom marinates it in manischewitz or braises it in manischewitz. So you got that sweet wine. It's very sweet. It's not a smoke. There's no smoke.
See, it's interesting because even though there's differences, there's similarities where my mom used to do a brisket that she marinated in Coca-Cola. And it was probably a similar thing, bringing that sweetness in there and, kind of break it down some. So brisket, marinate it in manischewitz. Meat, marinate it in manischewitz, Brian.
I didn't know what it was, but I went to a grocery store as a guy who was just old enough to buy alcohol. I'm like, well, I'm going to buy something. And I was looking because I had no idea where I was at. You couldn't buy liquor in the grocery store. I'm like, oh, let's try this stuff. This is higher ABV than some of this other stuff. It turns out it was Manischewitz I drank. I'm like, oh, I don't like this at all.
Brian's drinking cooking sherry.
Yeah, people.
So
It's like, why did you get me? I was
Yes,
like, I
yes,
didn't
yes.
know. I didn't know.
But again, our Interfaith Holiday Craft Beer Spectacular, we have, I believe it's 15 beers is where we ended up, Brian.
Is it 15?
And we're
14?
14 beers that we're going to taste, and no rules. We're not, are either of you guys BJCP judges?
I am provisional.
Provisional. So I was going to say we're not BJCP judges, but one of us is a provisional judge. So we do have some officiality there, but for the most part, we're just looking for beers that we're going to enjoy through the holidays is basically what it's about. We've got a couple here right now. Numero uno. We're going to taste through these, and we'll dive into them a little bit more in the actual radio segments, but in between we'll do our tasting, make our notes.
So with just a lot of slurping and thinking, I do have a guess about the first one already.
Do you?
I do.
I don't think I do. I don't think I do.
I don't know what the choices are. So
I was just going to say, I don't even know the beer.
Well, I can, I don't have too many extras, but I can lay this down for easy reference. Those are our options roughly alphabetized.
I
More
think
or
I
less.
may have a guess on that one.
And looking through them, I'm still fairly sure. Oh boy, I don't know. Actually, hang on a second.
Smalls was going to join us today, but she is she's down in Florida. She had to be out of town, so she couldn't join.
Yeah, I think I've decided on what the first one is. I'm gonna stick with it.
Feel like this is very boring streaming.
Probably.
We gotta do something here. People don't want to sit here. So number 2, there's something funky in that one. It's kind of a medicinal to me. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm not digging it so far.
I got that on my first sip.
Yeah.
And I couldn't say if it was a spice that I was tasting or, as you say,
Yeah,
medicinal.
yeah.
An herbal thing, right?
But it's not my favorite.
No,
Yeah, I'm not even sure how to
I felt like it had a little mustiness.
musty. Yeah.
Musty. Yeah, musty is. It's like, yeah. Musty is a good word for it.
Gosh, there's a flavor I just got there that you ever have a flavor that hits you and you absolutely know the flavor, you just can't place exactly what it is?
Now that I'm tasting it and sitting, it's not strong anise, but maybe just, I think that medicinal, maybe. Anise spice.
Yeah, that one's there's a little bit of hop bitterness finishing on the end. I think what I would describe as fig, toasty fig, if that makes any sense. Spices there.
Definitely the spices.
But, okay.
Change what my guess is on that one.
Oh, we have to guess.
Oh, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
I'm
Brian
going
likes
to. I like to
to
see
play
if I
along
can
there.
figure them out. Not required, but fun.
Is this our dump?
It is the dumper there. if
Indeed.
needed.
So beer number 2 is not going over well. With
I don't know if it's my palate, but I haven't been in love with any of these first 3.
Number 2 is like you said, musty. I'm thinking like muddy, a little muddy. Is that
It? Yeah, it's like the flavors. They don't blend like.
Okay. Yeah, they're
They're
just not
muddled,
together.
muddy? Yeah.
not doing it for us, huh?
No, I like the nose of number 3.
I mean, it's bubblegum as bubblegum gets.
Wow,
To me,
it smells
but-
like straight up candy.
Yeah, I was gonna say cherry
oh,
syrup.
But the flavor to me is too sweet.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
It reminds me of a candle that they would call Christmas time. Like I get evergreen wreath in there. I get maybe sugar plums, sugar cookie.
I could give you sugar cookie, sugar plums.
Yeah.
But pine.
You don't get the pininess. I
pininess.
get one that
Cookie
Number 3?
frosting.
yeah. I mean, I have to give this one props for what they put in there. It does definitely evoke the holidays. Are there certain I felt like I want to save some of this for the all right. Think we're about ready to get in the segment, guys. Are you good on your tasting notes on 1, 2, 3?
I think so.
All right.
Anise, is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah.
Anise? Yeah, I think so.
licorice.
Yeah.
It's the way it's spelled. You think it was be anise or something like that.
I remember my parents.
Sweet
putting it
and
in the
fruity
coffee.
aroma on
Yeah.
this third one.
Yeah. But now you talk about medicinal. I get a little more medicinal on this one.
I think I kind of dig number 3. That okay. Okay.
I'm having to reconsider. It's
You like
changing.
cherry Dr. Pepper, don't you, Tim?
I actually do like cherry Dr.
There you go.
Pepper.
That's what I get. I get cherry Dr. Pepper.
Cherry Dr.
I get a cherry.
I'm
That would be
note on
funny
it
if
for
that
sure.
were we just mixed in a Dr. Pepper.
I mean, that's
Nathan, I am terrible with remembering your last name. What the heck is it? Donner.
like
the
the party.
kebab. We got the reindeer kebab and party. We
Yeah.
got it.
All the Donners, all the famous
Donners.
ones.
On Donner and Blitzen. All right, cool. Yeah. All right. I forgot we got to do 4 here.
Yeah, we gotta.
All right. All right.
doing 4. Okay. Numero 4.
Yeah, to make our schedule, the tasting must go through 4.
What's the chemical compound for human feces?
It's poupium.
No, it's isovaleric.
No, it's I think that's the cheese
Provisional
one.
BJCP judge.
I
What
think
is
it's the
one
cheese
that,
one.
that
It's
tastes
isovaleric.
like sick or
Mercaptan.
Oh,
is it mercaptan?
I think it's
baby vomit.
Yeah.
Is
Vomit. It's
Is mercaptan vomit?
the first one. Just the first.
Isovaleric?
Isovaleric.
Yes.
That's the okay.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't hate it as much as Tim hates it.
This is 4.
Yeah.
I'm like, this tastes like poop. And then I just keep drinking. Trying to make sure. I'm like, does it really taste like poop?
Tastes like the last poop you had.
Right. Yeah.
I get a very
I've tasted this
definite
before.
pepper finish on this.
Peppery. Yeah.
On the nose, on the aftertaste.
Oh yeah.
Ron, could I have a matzo, please?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Actually, that's really good that he's got those. That's
Those are
perfect.
perfect,
yeah.
Yeah. Palate cleanser.
An unsalted matzah.
Matzah.
Okay.
Spelled matzos.
Okay. Gotcha. So that is perfect, man. This is perfect to have around for a beer tasting.
Right.
Oh, thank you.
There we
Yeah,
go.
that'll come in handy.
Put this in there with the deck of cards. All right.
Crunch,
This
crunch, crunch,
goes
crunch.
over real well on the radio.
Yeah.
What's that? Is it ASMR or whatever?
ASMR.
We'll just get real close to the mics and I'll chew on matzah.
I'll slurp beer on this one. And then you,
We talked about that last year too.
yeah. You chomp on fish.
Yeah.
You eat
Matzah.
matzos.
I'll slurp.
Slurp the beer. Somebody could just scratch it.
And in the podcast awards for the worst, most absolutely horrendous ASMR, Beer Guys Media. All right. All right, guys. Let's I'm gonna be polite and I'm gonna say that one was just unpleasant to me. I don't know any other way to kind of a sickly flavor with spices. All right. Let's roll.
Open up a tab, grab a seat, and pour a pint. It's time for the Beer Guys Radio Show.
You want free beer? Go to the brewery.
Dedicated to the art, science, and enjoyment of craft beer.
Yeah, what's wrong with the beer we got?
Now, here are your hosts, Tim Dennis and Brian Hewitt.
Welcome to the Beer Guys Radio Show. We're broadcasting from the Beer Guys Radio Studios. This week, it is time once again for our holiday beer tasting show. Brian, we're calling this the Beer Guys Radio Interfaith Holiday Craft Beer Spectacular Extravaganza.
And charcuterie.
Yeah. Yes. So this is our 5th or 6th year, I guess.
I think so.
Maybe our 7th, 6th.
Probably.
We'll have to look. We've been doing it a while.
Yeah,
I guess is the point.
I
We've
don't
been
know what
doing it
the
a while,
math is.
sitting around, trying some beers. And Brian, I'm Tim Dennis. You're Brian Hewitt.
Yes, Tim, I am. It's officially the most wonderful time for a beer. We will blind taste through over a dozen. I think we got 14 holiday-themed beers. Joining us in this exploration of spices and festive liquid warmth, we have Michael Syrop and Ron Mitchell with Rainy Day Brewery. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
And thanks for the gefilte fish.
Yes, we talked about it last time they were in the gefilte fish. We haven't tried it. This is Interfaith, man.
Yeah.
This is Interfaith. That's why we've got these great snacks from our Jewish friends. I don't know anyone who's listening's opinion on gefilte fish, but I can tell you, I dig it.
I like anything that I can put horseradish on.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know it existed, but horseradish with beets is one of my new favorite condiments.
And it fits a beer snack. You got your cracker meat, the horseradish, get you a beer with it. You're good to go. Happy Hanukkah to me.
Do they put big jars of the gefilte fish on bars? Because they totally should. You just grab
Like the
out
pickled
a piece
eggs
of
and
fish.
the
It's very German. It is a very German dish.
Okay.
I'm sure that, yes, they probably.
That seems like something that could or should be done.
Have you guys ever been in a bar or convenience store that has like the pickled eggs and pickled sausage on the counter, just the jar there? Because I know that's more common, I think, in more rural areas. But yeah, I've been there, and I'm not opposed to it.
Kind of, is it maybe Midwest or East Coast rural or?
Well, I've seen it in the South, and I remember seeing it when I lived in Nebraska. So I guess it would be Midwest as well. Maybe it's just a rural thing. Maybe it's just a kind of a country thing, wherever you are.
It seems like it, and it may be something that's on the decline, but seems like I did see that some places, even in town. I think I've seen stuff on counters and it's disappeared. Like I have vague recollections of seeing that.
Any gas station with only 2 pumps is required to
have them.
Oh,
they have to balance it out there. Yeah,
pickled eggs
right next to the boiled peanuts.
That's right.
Yes.
P-N-U-T-S. That is the way. Save one letter
correct
in the way you spell it. But all kinds of holiday beers. And Brian, we're going to talk as we go through the show about some drinking traditions at the holidays and different things. And you discovered something recently, beer nog. What the heck is beer nog?
So I've never heard of this, but it was mentioned actually today on Twitter. It was under the name Crammable. Anyway, it's short. It's alternately known as beer nog. It's basically 2 parts of eggnog with 1 part strong or dark ale and maybe half a shot of bourbon, dark rum, or brandy. So that's something that people have been drinking for a while. And I had no idea this was a thing. And we just did a beer cocktail show. And I looked all over the place for ideas of things to do that would be, relevant to the show and relevant to the season. And I didn't see this until just today. So
you don't have any nog with you to try this
I don't know. I seriously, this came out of nowhere. I'm like, well, if, you know what? I get it. I get that could be a thing because isn't it eggnog is just made with rum? I guess so you could substitute some of that rum for a strong dark ale and have some good results. And apparently, so it kind of like a Doppelbock or something in that vein would do well with it. But apparently, you can do them with IPAs too. They just say they recommend you add something like a little maple syrup or simple syrup to help balance out the bitterness that'll happen. So apparently that's a good thing. And I really do want to try that.
Eggnog with strong dark ale.
Yeah.
And a little shot of whiskey or brandy sounds good to me.
Yes.
The IPA one does not sound good at all in the least. Would you guys drink that? Would you drink an IPA and eggnog together, Ron?
Would you drink eggnog, period?
I like the dark fits.
Yeah.
Not right. An IPA. No.
I'd go with the dark.
Yeah.
You wouldn't try the other one?
A stout.
I would try anything, but I don't know that I would enjoy it.
No. That's just wrong.
I'm not convinced it would be good.
Well,
I'm skeptical about that, but apparently it does hold up well.
What if it was a cold IPA?
According to who?
Oh, if it's a cold
if it was
IPA,
an
well, in that
IPL, then
case,
maybe. If it was an IPL.
how cold is it?
Right. So
Yeah.
our beer tasting, though, Brian, the methodology here, if you want to call it that, between each segment, we're going to taste about 4 beers. We'll come back. We'll talk about them a little bit more about what we thought of each beer. At the end of the show, we'll reveal all of the beers we drank, and we'll give our favorites there.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
should we talk about the beers we're going to drink now? Maybe people will be bored sitting here the whole time listening along, having no idea what we're drinking.
Well, we could mention the
Why
ones
don't you
we've
go
gone
ahead and
over.
tell the list? Give the full list.
The full list of
What
yes.
do we? Hey, that's my job. Let me see. That's mine.
Well, then it's time for the beers of the week because that's what that is.
Brian, thank you. It is time for the beers of the week, and Brian, we want to thank our friends at the Nest for sponsoring this segment. Barbecue craft beer, downtown Kennesaw, Georgia. If you're in the area, make sure to check them out. Our beers of the week, Brian, running down the list here, we've got American beers and Belgian beers, and basically anything that we thought fit the holidays. It didn't have to be a certain style or anything. We just picked up basically whatever we thought we would enjoy at the holidays, or if they were specifically marketed as a holiday beer. So with that said, the list, these are not in tasting order. We have our friend Nathan Donner, the kebab, like the party, like the reindeer.
Yes.
Nathan Donner is here. We would like to thank him. He's doing the pouring for us and mixing them up, so we don't know which ones we're getting. But in the mix, we will have 21st Amendment's Fireside Chat. We have Abita's Christmas Ale. We have Anchor Christmas Ale, Bell's Christmas Ale, Bold Monk Leon, which is a beer de Noel. We have Delirium Noel, Highland's Cold Mountain. We have Nice Schoof, Rogue Santa's Private Reserve, Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome. We got a little Shiner Cheer up in here, Sierra Nevada Celebration, Southern Tier 2 Xmas, and of course, a little Sant Bernardus Christmas Ale.
You got it.
So we've got a good list of holiday beers to get into. Guys, how many of these do you think Michael, do you think you'll be able to pick a lot of these out?
I would say a third to a half. I would hope to get.
Okay.
Right.
We've tasted 4 so far. And in the first round, how many do you think you can pick out of those first 4?
These are tough.
They were.
These are tough to pick out, but I feel like as we taste more and I eliminate other ones,
okay,
I'll be able to pigeonhole these.
All right. Now, in our first round, we had some decent variation.
We did.
In the styles there. Out of the first 4 that we've tried, what was your favorite and what qualities did it have that you liked?
I would say my favorite was number 1. I liked the first thing with that was I liked the nose, so it instantly had a positive impression for me. But I got it. It was creamy. I got a little caramel note, but it wasn't too sweet. And then I got hops in the finish. So
okay. Any guess as to what that one is? Too soon. Too soon.
Although it's based on the color. I'm thinking it's one of the winter ales.
Okay, gotcha. Ron, how about you? What was your favorite in the mix there?
Well, I would go with 1 and 4. And I got the same kind of tasting notes as Michael did on number 1. I got a nice alcohol on the nose, but it didn't drink too hard, too heavy. Number 2 and 3 didn't like at all. The 4 had a nice peppery note, coriander maybe, something like that, which wasn't my favorite overall, but I could deal with it.
Okay. I'm going to buck the system here. Number 3 was my favorite in there. And to me, it kind of tasted as a Christmas in a glass. Like I got some notes of cookie, like a sugar cookie, maybe some plum. I got a little sweet, fruity aroma on it, and even a little bit of pininess, like maybe a Christmas wreath there. So it was the whole shebang, the whole holiday in a glass. How about you, Brian?
I might be agreeing with you on 3. 3 and 1 I was very happy about. 3 just straight up smelled like candy. It's like tasted like cookie frosting, a little bit of spices, kind of fruity. I think I probably favor 3 over 1, but it's close.
Okay.
I'm debating it.
All right. Still a lot of beers to go. So
Correct.
we'll get it figured out. You are listening to the Beer Guys Radio Show, and we will be back very soon to taste more holiday beers.
And I have guesses on some of those, but I've been revising them as I've been going because I'm like, well, maybe not this one.
I would say maybe if I get one right, I'm doing well.
I'm not great. Every now and then there's some that just stick out. Oh yeah, that's so and so. I think
Celebration, I hope I would be able to pick out from the rest of these.
Yeah.
That's the only one I want to.
And the St. Bernardus, maybe. Although some of these others are getting.
Well, you
really-
just had the St. Bernardus.
I know. That's why I say maybe, because these others I haven't had. It's not a style that I gravitate to,
yeah.
so I don't have a lot of experience with them.
Oh, we did have a UK beer. I said US and Belgium, but there is Samuel Smith's in the
Samuel
mix there.
Smith's is in there. There is one of those.
I think there may be 4 that I can pick out.
I'm hoping for 3 or 4.
This is like name that tune. I can name that tune in 4 beers.
Yeah.
Rick, name that tune. All right. Probably shouldn't be vaping while sampling beer.
Probably not.
Well,
Well, at least you got some
horseradish-
matzo to clear the palate.
The
So
horseradish is going to do more damage probably than
That's
anything.
this one smells Belgian. I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
what that means, but yeah,
Smelgin.
Smelgian.
Okay.
Very, very distinctive nose.
Yep.
New favorite. This one right here.
Yep.
This is going to be one of the higher alcohol ones.
Okay, good. All right.
I definitely get the alcohol on this one.
I didn't get any on any of those first ones.
I didn't
get
this
any
one I do.
alcohol burn from those.
This one I do, but it's not unpleasant because it's got enough sweetness.
Yeah.
The alcohol kind of works in
It
this.
fits.
This
Also
has a little bit
dries
of a
out nice.
trying to place it. Funk, not funk.
Yeah, I get it's stronger aroma, definitely Belgian characteristic. I immediately get chocolate on the nose.
I get chocolate on the, and I get like a
I get sherry or
It just-
a little
yeah.
oxidation.
Do you? Okay.
I agree
Well, see-
with you.
see. I see what you're talking. I was about to say I felt like I got some sweet cherry notes,
Yeah.
but I think as you're saying that's sherry, I'm wondering, is that my interpretation of what you're interpreting as a sherry note?
Could be.
You know?
It's hard to say.
I'm getting a fair amount of hop bitterness as well.
Are you? I get 0. I get 0.
Again?
And yeah, let me hit it again because I have a guess as to what I think this one is.
I get the sweetness mid palate, but it doesn't last.
It dries. It
This
dries
is-
out quick,
Yeah.
which makes it drinkable.
This is stomped all over number 3 for me as far as my favorite. This is by far my
This is my favorite so far.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there.
caramel or toffee. Toffee, chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
toffee.
got some sweet cherry there too.
Yeah.
Toffee is a
Toffee,
that's a good call.
sweet cherry,
Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot.
sweet cherry pie.
Did Warren have any other songs?
No, that's it, man. Man, I'm glad
Just
we got
one
a,
song on an album. They pressed the India.
glad we got a
That-
magnum of
that
that
was
one.
like,
I'll drink some more.
Mountain was that? What was their song? The one hit.
Who's that?
Mountain.
Oh, I
was,
don't know.
Need some water off of this
But
thing.
I can't remember what their
God,
song
that
was.
smells
But
like
I know
meat.
they put it twice on.
It
their
smells like
album.
meat.
Meat,
It smells like meat.
This is
We've got
number
a
6?
sausage, salty salt. Yeah. So number 6, I don't think
good
is gonna be a
old
winner for me.
good old Christmas sausage.
Yeah.
That's what I think that's the beer name, Christmas sausage.
Do you guys? I'm not sure if either of you know it, but are you familiar with Burger Inn in Woodstock? So that place has been there, I think, since the 60s. I've lived in Woodstock since 2004, and I had it for the first time today. And so been out there 18 years, and a lot of the old folks, locals talk about it. It's a breakfast and lunch place, eggs, bacon, sausage. Lunch, you got a cheeseburger, a hot dog, French fries kind of thing. And I had a chili dog, And the sausage, the actual hot dog, is reminding me the aroma in this beer.
I'll tell you what.
You're getting that off there?
Bologna or hot dogs.
Wet cat or dog food.
Yes,
That's the first.
yeah.
The first. I don't
I
get
don't
it
even wanna
now,
taste
but it got
this.
it at first.
I got to tell you that
I don't
this
smell it.
doesn't taste anything like.
Like it.
I got some of that smell that you're talking about, Tim,
Yeah.
and then I taste it, and it's completely different.
I smell like floral, like hand soap and like some like Belgian phenolics. I don't smell what you got. I'm like, I maybe smell blind to that, whatever that is.
I got it on my first sniff. After that, it's gone.
I just got it. I just got bologna.
Bologna, right? Yes.
That's straight up. Wow. It wasn't there. And then I smelled again. I'm like, oh, there it is.
That actually tastes pretty good. There is no
this is
bologna
good.
on the palate.
No, this is really.
Can
I
we
enjoy this.
mark the time on that so I can cut that out as a sound sample? I don't get any bologna on my palate.
It tastes a little floral to me too.
Like
Yeah.
this one. I like this one,
Phenolics and floral.
Just don't smell it.
Very phenolic.
but I'm good with that.
Man, I hate the aroma on this beer.
You can't unsmell that.
You can't unsmell that.
Yes.
Yes. Man, I'm going to get some good sound bites for this.
I mean, that's because I like the beer, but then I smell it and I'm like, yeah,
I'm not sure. Do we have enough,
and the sausage.
Nathan, for me, another taste of 6? Thank you, sir. I need just a little more number 6 in my life.
The smell, for me, the phenolics come through strongest.
Mississippi
in the aroma.
Queen.
You
know what I mean? That was Mountain, right? Was
Yes.
that it? Okay. Thank you, Rich. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
And I believe that song appears twice on their album.
Okay. Oh, they're like, it's really good. Let's put it up. Let's go ahead and do that one again. Okay. All righty. Party time here. Holiday beers. Matzah.
Like it's an A instead of an L.
Matzah. Now I want to go to Marietta Diner for a big bowl of soup, man. I actually think they do gefilte, like a plate, like
They might.
gefilte fish.
I think
plate
they do.
there.
I'm
So
fair-
I think I
they've-
remember seeing that.
They have 18 pages that are completely chock full of different
thank you,
food
sir.
items.
And
So
everything
it's,
comes out
King
like
size.
huge.
oh yeah, it's like, it's one plate per table, basically.
It's 3 meals.
Oh, for sure. Of course, I eat the whole thing almost every time, which is
But
like
you can-
great.
Nathan,
but-
I
You
think
get the
this is
big
number
salad.
5, sir.
You get the big
I
Big,
think it is.
tray of challah, and then you get
Oh, yeah.
the spanakopita even before you ever get your food.
Oh, the
Oh,
spanakopita,
yeah,
you gotta.
yeah.
I really like 5.
Brian, smell and taste that and tell me which number that is.
Is that 4?
No, it shouldn't be. Should be either 5 or 6. You got 6 in your glass now, right?
This I think is 5. I think this is 5. So it must be. No, I'm confused. No, this is 5.
That's 5, right?
I'm pretty sure that's
okay.
5.
That's what I thought. Uh-oh.
The number that I gave you was.
Uh-oh.
I think that's right.
You don't smell any meat on that one?
No, this I get the chocolate hit right away, so that's why I'm thinking it's the 5.
Oh, because I poured the wrong one first, and I cleaned out.
Okay, okay, got you. But you're straight on what you've got now, right?
Okay.
The right one, but I cleaned out that glass after I poured the wrong one. The wrong one does have that number.
Okay.
So you're smelling.
Okay, the
different-
residual from that one. Gotcha. All
Sorry
right.
about
Good
that.
nose.
I'm impressed with myself on that one.
You should be. Little opera clap for Tim.
Yeah, right. A little bit. Tap, 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 tap.
Yeah, I do like 5 a great deal. 6 is interesting, and I'm not sure how to place 6. Whatever happened to the list? Oh, the list gets stolen. Now, Tim, you've got a list in your run a show as well.
Is there? Okay, it is
Yeah.
in there. Huh? Okay.
So if I
right.
can get that one back.
No.
You don't
I'm
need
using it.
2 lists, Tim.
Neither do you.
I need 1.
You got one in your run a show.
No, you grabbed it.
Oh, I've got this sheet in there.
Yeah, you've got that sheet.
Oh, I thought this was just the beer list.
No. That's
okay.
Happens to be a convenient page in there. Yes,
I see.
It's like I don't need two. I just want the one I had.
I see. Okay,
we're sharing the one I had.
My bad. My bad.
Makes it easier. Oh, okay.
All right. Is this numero siete? Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, it's number 7. Number 7. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Nice aroma on that one.
If
Root beer.
No, this is Christmas to me.
I get a ton of chocolate.
I do too.
See, that's what I actually held myself off saying that because I'm like,
No,
am I
get a
getting
lot of
chocolate again?
Yeah.
But I get dark fruit too. On the nose.
Okay.
I'm getting a lot of crackery flavor.
I got to guess
I am
on this
eating a
one.
matzo.
And I hope I'm right because this would be the best it's been in a few years. You know what I'm talking? Do you know what I'm hitting at there, Brian?
I do know what you're hinting at.
What do you think?
This is chocolate quick to me.
Yeah.
It's that I get overwhelming chocolate.
First, I was getting Tootsie Roll chocolate, but now
Okay.
I don't
now
think
I'm
this
getting,
is,
like, hot
but I
cocoa.
think that you might be thinking of something. Yeah, I don't.
If it's what you think I'm thinking of, you don't think I'm thinking right. Is that right?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that's how that works.
It smells like a Tootsie Roll, but I think the chocolate is a little different. But
Different
definitely
on the
smells
top,
like a Tootsie Roll.
A lot of chocolate in this.
So it may
This
just
is-
be these holiday styles, but a fruitiness is kind of a common theme for
Yeah.
me. A little bit of fruit. So
Like the plum, dark cherry.
yeah, but Nate, you're right. Tootsie Roll chocolate in the aroma.
Crazy how that has a distinct smell. Like you say, Tootsie
There's-
Roll and you
Yeah, it's a
automatically
particular thing. It
And it's
is.
the taste too. Now
So-
that Tootsie Rolls in my head,
That's all I can taste.
Well, you know what? It's funny because I was just thinking I got the fruit at first, but now it's fairly one-dimensional. It's fairly soft chocolate to me now, with just a little bit of bitterness on the finish, little hoppy finish on it.
Mhm.
I dig it. I like it, but it is, I think, one-dimensional. Okay.
This would be I think a roared. Is that it? Roar.
Roar in it.
Roaring
Yeah.
This would be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We've got our caramelizer around here somewhere. So
It's on top
when
of
we
the-
wrap up, we'll torch a couple of these things. Yeah, it's there on top of
If
our,
we've got the
our
fuel for
bat
it,
box.
do we have enough?
Hopefully
butane?
you do, Brian.
Hopefully, yeah, I do. Well, I did want to get a little restaurant torch, but we never did. Oh, I've got an empty one here for you over there.
I've got one. I could have brought.
All right.
This is
Numero
the Ocho.
Ocho.
Yeah, a creme brulee torch. I was going to
The
get one
Ocho?
because just giant tank, something that's meant for heavy use. I've got a cigar
different.
torch, but I mean it's meant for the amount of time. Yeah, the
I've
tank
got
is
one about this
small.
big.
Oh, okay.
It's a benzomatic.
yeah,
I
I've
mean,
got a
it's not
torch
a
in the
cooking
car.
guy.
You got a proper torch, like a welding torch.
No, a cigar torch.
Oh, cigar torch.
Well,
Okay.
I've got a welding torch.
It's in your car.
Mhm.
It is. Okay. Cool.
I think so.
Mine's
All
not in
right,
the
then we
car.
got some torchiness.
We got
there.
several. We got
some
several.
torchiness.
Okay.
The aroma on this one is phenomenal. Number,
is.
number 8.
And it's, you know what it is? It's so different from the last one. I've got to recalibrate.
Now this changes my opinion of something I thought earlier, though. But now, so earlier I thought that a beer was one thing, but now that I try this, I think that thing is a different thing, and this thing is the one that I was thinking of earlier.
That's what you're
right?
thinking?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Brian, is that what he's thinking?
I
Are
think
you thinking that he thinks
Yeah.
what he
I
thinks
think he's thinking wrong. Honestly,
I like this.
In the steel.
I would let
Of
me
the
say that again, 'cause
night.
I feel like I like the hops on this.
This is so difficult. I wouldn't make a good beer judge. I'd considered one time going for it. It's difficult for me because I get it's especially tasting through similar styles.
Uh-huh.
It's so difficult for me to discern this is this or that's that.
I feel like there's a muscle involved, even though I know it's all brain and nerves, but there's like a muscle that's you got to train up for this to be good at it. And I just don't do enough of it consistently to be any good at this. I'm like, I get close sometimes, but
I don't judge.
This may be,
or it's like maybe you should, or you just, I can't.
No, I can't differentiate. As you say, I
this
can't.
may be just
can't.
me, but I get sweet orange in this one.
See,
Marmalade.
Yeah, like an orange marmalade.
That's a good call. Now that you've mentioned that, yes. I was thinking kind of floral, but like a floral orange marmalade type of thing.
Yeah, I mean it's the first one I've tasted that has that.
And it also
Phenolic orange marmalade
tastes kind of yeast driven flavors to me too, like more so than anything else we've
definitely yeast driven.
I like it.
This is good. Ooh, man, this is now I need to double check this against number 5.
I gotta check.
Boy, that's tough. Let's see.
All right.
I like that one. We're gonna do put 2 more. No.
So I think for this
That's it.
segment,
That's it for this segment.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me get some matzo before you.
Gents, we're going to go live again here. So there's your warning. Nate, when you get ready, get us geared up. Everybody ready? Let's do it.
Hang on one sec.
All right.
This is just segment 2, right? Okay.
Follow the Beer Guys on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Next Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So, if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.
Now, back to the Beer Guys radio show.
Welcome back to the Beer Guys radio show. Remember, all episodes are available on demand. So if you missed the broadcast, get the podcast. Beer Guys Radio is available on the Podcast Park and all popular and unpopular podcasting apps. Now let's get back to the holiday craft beer extravaganza, spectacular, wonderful charcuterie.
Do not disrespect the name of this event.
I will so much. Every time I come in.
I can't even right now. Brian, I want to back up a little bit and share some stats on the beers we're drinking. So when we look across the 14 beers we have average ABV. What do you think? Michael, what do you think our average ABV is here?
Just because I'm thinking that these are Christmas ales, I'm going to go 8%.
Pretty close. 7.6. So we're good on there. And Ron, what do you think our average IBU is?
I just looked.
You just, yeah. Oh, yes. Okay. No more questions.
They're just looking at this.
So average IBU 65 is what we've got here. Average rating.
Actually,
Brian,
24. The average is 24.
Oh, we're looking at top. I'm reading wrong.
The
Okay.
highest is 65.
Average there. Brian, you said rating. Am I assuming this is pulled from Untapped?
I pulled this off Untapped.
Okay. So Untapped ratings, take it for what you will. The average across all of these is 3.8. The top on the high end here, the highest ABV we have is 10%. The highest IBU we have is 65. When I read 65 as average, I thought that was high. So
that does
it was
high. Yeah.
And average or the high rating for any of these is a 4.27. Styles we have 7 winter ales, we have 2 winter warmers, and others we got 5 in the mix here. I did misquote a little bit earlier when I said just from the USA and Belgium. We do have 10 US beers. We have 3 Belgian, and 1 from the UK. We got all
Samuel Smith
in the mix there. So from the US, to break down the regions a little bit, 4 coming from the West Coast, 4 coming from the South, and we've got 1 each coming from the Midwest and the Northeast region.
So it's good representation. Actually, it's South and West Coast with just a touch of other stuff. So
there.
Yeah, it's not even intentional. It just happens to be what's available here.
Just the way it is. Yeah. Just the way it is. Well, we just tasted through 4 more beers. 4 more of our holiday beers. And I got to admit, I had one in this mix that jumped very clearly to the front of the line for me so far. out of the mix rotation. Brian, I'll start with you this time. What'd you think of our second round of tastings?
I think that it's really close for me. 8 and 5 are running really close for my favorite overall for the entire 8 that we've gone through. I might be leaning towards 5. I will have to review that, but I have a guess as to what 5 might be, but I'm not 100% sure because 8's really, really close. I think both of them are probably from Belgium.
What do you think number 5 is?
I was thinking it might be St. Bernardus.
Okay. That was I thought that as well.
That.
You told me you thought I was wrong.
No, on 5?
No, that was a different one.
It was a different a different one.
That was a different one.
And I'm not sure, but I suspect that possibly 8, if 5 is in fact St. Bernardus, 8 may well be Ashuf's Nice Shuf.
Okay.
Possibly.
Good enough.
But I haven't had it recently enough to know for sure. Well, I have had it recently. I just don't remember.
Fair enough. That happens. Ron, what's your opinion on round 2 here?
My 2 top were 5 and 8. There's on a scale from 1 to 5, I went 4 on a number 5 and 4.5 on number 8. The on number 8, the phenolics had nice phenolic smell, dark fruits, plum smell, taste. I think Michael pointed out an orange marmalade without being sweet. It was very well rounded. Lots of different flavors coming through. Did not like number 6. I think our consensus was bologna, or cat food, or some sort of wet meat,
which is not typically what you're looking for in your beer.
No.
Yeah. I was pointing out that there is the tradition of the Christmas sausage, though. I think that not everybody's heard of this.
Boom, they're like, it's a Christmas beer.
It's right. Christmas beer. The sausage beer.
So, Ron, out of that round, are there any you think you can guess what they were?
No.
Okay. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Michael, what is your take on round 2 there?
Overall, every beer in round 2 was better than every beer in round 1, in my opinion.
Okay.
I just thought it was a much stronger group. I'm going to kind of follow the trend here, but I think 8 was just an outstanding beer. I felt like it had a lot going on, but you could pick it all out. It wasn't muddled. It was clean. I really, really enjoyed it. And I'm going to be the outlier here, but I liked 6. I really enjoyed it.
That's why those beers, everybody for something for everyone.
That had a lot of really good phenolics to it. So no guesses as to 7, which was the super chocolatey Tootsie Roll beer.
I honestly have no. Oh, 7. No, I don't have a guess there.
I'm wondering if that happens to be the Rogue Santa's Private Reserve, because it's the one stout we have on the list.
All right.
And that's kind of what I was thinking. I'm like, of all of them, this one seems most likely to be that. And if so, nice job with the chocolate notes. And I was tasting it again. I'm wondering, like, is that all directly from the malt, or do they doctor it a little bit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How many Tootsie Rolls did they throw in the
exactly how many Tootsie Rolls did you use?
All of them. Every single one they had.
Yep. Ron, I think, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Does Friday start Hanukkah or Monday, the 18th? I'm not. They're having to Google it.
They're going for the phone.
They're having to Google it.
Quickly, text your mom. Text your mom.
But it starts soon, correct? Okay.
It starts Monday.
Okay, Monday. See,
well, it's technically Sunday night because Jewish holidays started
sunset, right?
Yeah, sundown.
Are there do you have holiday drinking traditions in the Jewish faith? Is there any traditional beverages that you go to?
Wines are very
big. That's
gin
what
and tonic.
A gin and tonic and wine, the traditional.
Yes, the gin and tonica. I've heard about this. It's in the song.
Yeah,
that's what my grandpa drank.
That's what they powered that menorah with that lasted the 8 days.
Yeah,
I don't think people know that.
It'll keep you going. Absolutely.
Tito's in the menorah. That's unscrew one of the candles and kick it back there.
I had no idea that Tito's was so
you had one shot and you stayed drunk for 8 days.
That's it. Yeah.
That sign me up. Sign
it's a miracle.
Me up.
Are there any other, what are your favorite Hanukkah or what are your favorite traditions through the holidays here? Now, you guys play both sides of the fence, right? Do you both celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah?
Yeah, both of us are married to women who are not Jewish.
Okay, gotcha. All right,
gotcha. All right.
Yeah, even growing up, we did both.
Yeah, that's
Hanukkah was the predominant, but we had a little tiny Christmas tree about this high. When my mother's mother would come over, it would disappear in the closet.
Okay. Yeah.
We were straight Hebrew
for growing up. That was you. Okay.
I mean, even my kids who obviously are half Jewish, but they knew all the prayers in Hebrew for that we say over the candles on Hanukkah and stuff, and they loved it as little kids. They loved lighting the candles, singing in Hebrew, having no idea what they were saying.
But they jumped in and got in the spirit there. That's cool. All right. Well, just in general, other than the wine and that, are there any drinking traditions in the Jewish faith? Are there any beers? Is it any traditional Jewish beers?
Hebrew?
Yeah, Hebrew and by schmaltz. Yeah, I think that's.
I don't even think they're around anymore, right?
I saw a news item.
Contract or gypsy or something.
So
like that?
the owner sold schmaltz, I believe, to a rabbi, and that's news that just came out, I think, this week, and I happened to see it. I happen to remember it, and I believe he's got a different company, and Alphabet Brewing Company, I think it's what it's called. So he's got his own thing. He sold off the schmaltz brand, and I believe, from what I saw, to a rabbi. So
they need to get Modest Yahoo to open his checkbook and help out there.
Yeah, I don't know. Is Modest Yahoo a rabbi? I have no idea. Like, I know he's a musician, but I'm like, could he be both?
Saying I don't know. I'm saying they need to. I didn't say it was a rabbi.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I'm saying maybe he has.
Maybe he is. No, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just putting it out there. It's possible.
It is possible. I don't know why we went that direction with it, but okay. All right. Brian, some of the styles here. So you've looked up some info. We're almost out of time for this segment. Fired off. What is a winter warmer?
So it's a big malt presence. It's brownish to red black. It's sometimes spiced, frequently not. Spicing is more of a recent thing. Like a winter ale is more of a catch-all category, and it's very popular with the Belgian style of beers. And they can be non-traditional beers. They tend to have higher alcohol heat and fall into the category. And winter ale and winter warmer, they're kind of used interchangeably, but for whatever reason, the Belgian folks prefer winter ale.
Most winter ale, Christmas ale, holiday ale, all of that, it's fairly loose, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Good stuff. I like it that way. You're listening to the Beer Guys Radio Show. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back very soon with more holiday beers.
I still have to ask my mom when I should bake bread. Should I bake it for Passover, or do I bake it? So
okay.
That's how following.
How hardcore you are there, right? I'm like, when's Hanukkah? He's like, damn it, Tim. Why are you asking me this?
So don't throw me under the bus like that. I'm like, I thought this was a big deal. I thought you guys knew.
Well, our kids aren't around anymore, so it's not like that.
On it there. Yeah.
That's true. Like as a kid, it was, like Christmas and all the holidays were much bigger deal. Now Christmas will be like the next day or two. I'm like, crap, I gotta go out and buy presents and things like that.
Like, oh boy,
that's like how did it get here so quick? I wasn't paying attention.
It's what days do I get off from work?
Yes, exactly right.
I'm pretty excited. This year we get off Friday and Monday.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah.
We just get off Monday.
You just
officially, but
was it you that just changed up jobs recently?
He's government. He's working for the man.
He's now government
for the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
But I'm actually in charge of other people.
There you go. See,
that's good times. Yeah. That's stability and a lot of good holidays, right? I like it. I think that they. If you want to have a company that observes all the holidays across the board for everything like that, the state's the good way to go. The government's the good way to go.
I think I know what this is, but it doesn't taste as intense as I remember it. But I still dislike it.
You dislike this?
I do dislike.
So you think this is celebration?
I do think this is celebration. Yeah.
This so far is my favorite.
Yeah, I knew all you weirdos.
I'm not an IPA person.
Yeah.
I think Tim may be wrong in this one, but time will tell.
Okay. It's the only one I knew of that was that hop forward, and this is definitely hop forward. So, but it does not quite taste intense enough from what I remember celebration to be.
But I'm going to quote you on that. Tim has already guessed this is celebration.
I like it because it's not as spiced as some of the others.
But it's the holidays, Ron. It's the holidays.
I understand, but
but this is more like a.
What if it were spiced with beet horseradish.
There you go. This is
Yeah.
almost.
It could be.
We can do that.
This is almost close to like a British brown. Yeah. Maybe a little.
There's
hot.
too much alcohol in it for British brown. To me, I still get a lot of sweetness.
Well,
I will say this: if I'm wrong, Brian, then it will be very clearly when I'm proven wrong through this tasting.
I like this though.
Yeah,
This is
I knew
nice.
I'd buck the system on this one.
That's
No, sir, I don't like it.
Tim is the system bucker.
I am. What'd you call me?
System bucker.
Do you drink beer with your mom with that mouth?
Yeah.
No, because she doesn't drink. So
So, my mom mellowed out a lot later in, and I shouldn't even say later in life, because she was probably in her mid-30s when she chilled out. But
Are we already getting 10?
she was
Believe
pretty
so.
wild. I heard a story. I was too young to remember this, but my mom went out partying with folks on a Saturday night, and apparently got intoxicated and was dancing on the bar. And invited everyone. We had this little restaurant in town that was known as the Brunch Place. You know, this is a little town in Nebraska of like 14,000 people. You know, it's a tiny little town. But she's like, everybody meet me for brunch at the so-and-so. So like 40 people met her there. Only she forgot that she'd made the invitation, so she didn't go. So cheers, Mom. Cheers.
Cheers, Miss Dennis. This one's for you.
that's.
That one's punchy.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Smelling this, I have ideas already.
Pine Sol.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not sure let me look at the list because I'm not sure which one to.
Again, this tastes better than it smells.
You know what? I'm not offended by the aroma. It's intense, but
The only thing
This
about the
smells
aroma,
like Christmas to me.
the only one thing about the aroma.
it's like a
is that
Christmas tree, right?
Yeah, this is very Christmassy.
Mm.
Yeah. No.
yeah, no.
Oh, I know
Yeah,
exactly
no.
what this is, and I don't
Do
think
you?
I've even had it.
Oh, then.
Well, yeah, pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I know what this one is.
Oh, Tim. Or Brian. Whichever.
Whatever your name is, one of you
Whatever,
guys.
man.
I thought I knew what this was, and he said he hasn't had it.
He's
so-
throwing you all around there.
Yeah, because the one I thought it was, I know Brian's had.
Gosh, that one's hard to pinpoint, man. It's
I like it.
yeah, that's I don't.
I have it's I'm thinking it's one of two things, and I haven't had either of them this year. Man, I like it a lot. I like this a lot.
I like it, but not as much as some of the other ones. I still can't get over that I get a little medicinal.
Yeah. I get a little medicinal in that too, but I don't dislike that in certain beers. I'm okay with that a little bit. Are
You know
you a
what?
Scotch drinker?
I'm learning.
Okay.
I'm learning
Fair
about
enough.
liquors.
All right. We got a peach Amaro that Brian picked up from those Distillery of Modern Art here, and we had
Shanley.
tried it in cocktails that they did there at the distillery before they actually released it. And Brian got on the list to let him know when they released it. So I'm curious to try that by itself.
Didn't you guys drink it last week?
No,
I
no,
thought
Brian had it this week and like
I did.
tweeted it out and stuff, but
Okay.
I haven't had it.
I was
yet.
gonna say I thought you guys were talking about that a little.
We
bit.
were talking.
We've had
we had an Amaro. It
Okay.
wasn't this one.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Different
Monte
thing.
Alban, Monte
Mo-
Cristo,
We
Monty
tried
Python.
I tried our first.
So
Yes.
Montenegro. That's
Amaro
that
Montenegro.
is actually what it is there.
The M&M that we had was Amaro Montenegro, and it was the Mezcal San Miguel
Ooh.
Mezcal. That's a good one.
Ooh.
But the actual Boilermaker we did was that Koval cranberry cranberry
I
gin
know what
liqueur.
this one is.
You do? I know what this one.
Oh,
is.
yeah, and I've changed my mind on number 9.
Yeah.
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 Ooh, I like this one a lot. This
I
one's
like
good
it a
too.
lot.
I like this one a lot,
I like it a lot.
but I don't know if I like it more than 10.
Oh, I don't want to say anything, but
There's a party
I
going
think
on
there's
right
I
here.
think there's a red can around here right about.
Oh, there is, yeah. That has been
Probably.
recently opened, right?
Probably.
Yeah. All right. Watch this, guys. Watch this.
Oh my gosh!
For those that
For
didn't
that,
see
you
me,
won't be drinking from the
I
drink cup.
just poured that beer in the dump bucket.
I am not a fan of the nose.
Oh, see, I
Yeah.
love this beer.
The taste I can deal with. The nose just is.
I love this beer.
This is my favorite out of all we've tried so far. The Montane water with a shot of tonic in it.
Oh, you put
I put a little tonic in there, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's actually
I saw
quite
you
tasty.
open that tonic bottle. I didn't see you actually
Yeah.
mix anything in it.
Yeah. And that would make a nice gin and tonic, especially with like a floral. No, do we have Nolits in here, Brian? Do you remember?
I don't think we have Nolits
I got
here.
a bottle of Nolits at home.
I think we've got Hendrix and I think we've got St. George.
We've got gin at home.
Yeah.
The gin at home.
That's right.
Dan, yeah, number 11. No. I realize that's a personal thing, and I am in the minority. I know a lot of people love that.
You
one.
realize that you are quite wrong.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the interfaith thing. You can be a minority.
That's it. Yes, there we go. Good. We still accept you. Good.
I mean, I'm totally going to judge you.
I'm gonna
but
hit you with
still.
Goblet. I've got a goblet.
No, you're not. There's too many microphones in the way. Whoop, this one just moved in the way. For each
Chalice,
microphone
goblet.
you strike down, another one will take its
I don't
place.
do enough drinking out of goblets, Brian.
Is
this a goblet or a chalice?
That's a chalice, I think. Well, is it a goblet?
I don't know, but chalice just sounds sexy.
A chalice does. It's a chalice. I'm
To me,
drinking from a
must
chalice.
be decorated.
It should be gold rimmed, but it could be. I'm like,
I have a skull mug over there too.
you do, yeah. You don't drink
And a
enough out of
mushroom.
skulls.
I don't drink enough out of skulls.
Or mushrooms
or mushrooms,
dumbbells or whatever.
all the stuff we got. Flower vases. I do have I got a boot.
I've
I
got that
DOS
same
boot.
goblet / chalice at home, and I
we
wanted to
need
drink
a
something
dreidel
out of it. I
glass
still
that we
haven't.
chug Christmas beers out of to make it the
A
interfaith
dreidel
part
glass?
of the
Can you
show.
spin it before
We're
you
gonna
drink it?
have to, yeah. Maybe it's 4 glasses in one.
Oh, that's just an idea.
Well,
Yeah.
the,
Can we make this
look,
happen?
Number 7 could be the Gelt.
The Gelt.
Gelt is chocolate money.
Is that the coins, the chocolate coins? Okay.
Oh yeah, is Gelt
Gelt
that
is actually money.
German for, or is it a currency name, or is it like a
No, it just means money.
just means money?
Just means money.
Is that German or Yiddish or?
I have no idea.
It's
Okay.
definitely Yiddish. I don't know if it's also German.
Okay, because I realize
All
I've seen
Yiddish
that.
is derived from German.
Okay.
Russian,
Yeah. You take they
Hebrew.
like to serve the Gelt with the gefilte fish, and you put it on some schlemiel and smear a little schlemazel on it there.
Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Look,
We are
Ron,
so
we're
old.
here with Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah,
That's
right.
How old are we right now?
So now, guys, do you know the definition of schlemiel and schlemazel?
Lenny and Squiggy. I don't
So
know.
no, I thought that I heard that schlemiel, one is like a doofus person that gets dumped on, and the other is like the one doing the dumping. I think
It sounds like nozzle, so that makes sense.
Could be.
schlemiel,
don't
because
know.
I always thought they were just nonsensical words, but apparently they are Yiddish.
That's what I thought that
Help
was.
us.
You know what? Let's go to Google.
I also think it strains it. They're
Guys,
using
you are
Yiddish
not
in there in
answering
Wisconsin.
anywhere
We're not-
near
yeah,
enough.
What's that?
sorry,
Aren't they in
not a good
Wisconsin in that
resource.
show?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
they're
so.
like some solidly Midwest
Well,
place.
What
that's
do
very- that's very
schlemiel
German.
and schlemazel
Wisconsin's
mean?
very German.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So I had no real concept of it. They just I like Tim just thought it was. I was a kid when that play. I'm like, it's just nonsense words.
What's Yiddish for spotted cow?
Spotted cow.
Spotted
Right,
cow.
Yiddish.
What's Yiddish for cow first? I don't know.
I mean, if it's in Wisconsin, you better know.
I want to learn more Yiddish because they've got some great.
Oh, Yiddish has
Words,
great
man.
words. And you can use
Isn't
them
that
in
where
other-
schmuck comes from? Like
Yeah.
there's so much.
Yeah.
I think we
Schmuck
had
and
this
schmeckle.
conversation
We
last
did.
time.
We did.
We talked about this last year.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
and
did.
you know what? It bears repeating. Schmuck is a great word, and we owe that to Yiddish. In
Yes.
the
And
for
the
that reason
derivatives
alone.
of schmuck.
What's that?
Remember we went through the derivatives. Schmecky,
Schmeck,
schmecka.
schmickalo,
Yeah,
schmickle,
yeah.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Schlemiel is an unlucky bungler.
Okay.
A schlemazel is a consistently unlucky person. The terms are Yiddish in origin and are often used in a humorous manner. As for the word used in the second, Hassenpfeffer, it's actually, well, I don't know. Yeah, that's a German stew.
Hassenpfeffer's a stew. Rabbit stew, isn't it? Or something like that? Yes. I know that from Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
I always thought it was the business. Incorporated.
Hassenpfeffer Incorporated, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That's like Welsh, rare Welsh.
You notice they don't put Bugs Bunny on the air anymore.
Yeah, I have noticed that, yes.
Oh my gosh, I saw one the other day on Reddit where it's Wild West times, and it shows a bunch of Native Americans shooting arrows at him. And he goes up and takes a rifle and goes pop, pop, pop. And then he's got a chalkboard there. He goes 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians.
Oh.
And then he goes pop, pop, pop. He's like 4 little, 5 little, 6. He goes, wait. And he erased half a mark. He goes, that one's a half breed. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Whoa.
What are you doing?
There is a reason why Bugs Bunny is no longer in the air. I didn't even remember some of this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? That I think the Looney Tunes frequently featured other things like really bad depiction of Asian people. And there was a fair amount of blackface that showed up in there.
Yeah.
A fair amount. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't know anything about it or think anything about it as a kid.
Yeah.
Why would I?
It was. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I guess I noticed that they were making fun of Japanese or whatever it may be. But as a kid, you don't think anything. My parents never told me. They're like, that's racist. So racism was different then. It was like, okay.
Well,
indeed.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even think about being offended when people said things about, Jewish people.
Yeah.
There were lines that could be crossed.
Sure.
In general, it was if I knew there didn't mean any harm, I didn't take any harm.
That was kind of like, I've got buddies that joke about different things, and it's just it's just buddies being buddies, like picking at each other. I got a friend, black guy, that makes white guy jokes to me. They're like, oh yeah, because you this or that, and I know he means absolutely nothing harmful for it. He's just a good buddy making jokes.
But too many people, well, I shouldn't say too many people now, some generations now will get very offended at that.
Oh, sure.
Sure.
And it's totally different, you hanging out with your buddy and stuff like that. But it's we're more aware now. We're more aware and sensitive to these issues than Bugs Bunny was. Yeah. We're getting, we're getting in territory we don't need to get in drinking.
I know, right? Bugs Bunny is dangerous.
That's why Brian's just like, indeed.
Indeed, yeah. Indeed. I know when to shut up.
What would Bugs Bunny's favorite beer have been?
Oh,
something hoppy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tim. Hoppy and probably racist.
And hoppy and racist. What's the most racist? No, I don't want to answer that.
No,
we actually have a few to choose from, I think. So.
Yeah, there's probably is a few.
What's it called? All Day IPA or something like that? No.
Woo, shots fired, Tim.
Anyhow.
Shots fired.
Do we have a number 12 or is this our 3 beer round?
We're just 3.
Okay, this is our 3 beer round. Okay. Let's do it, Nate.
Follow the Beer Guys on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Your revolution is over, Mr. Lebowski. Condolences, the bomb's lost.
Now, back to the Beer Guys Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Beer Guys Radio Show. I want to give a quick shout out to one of our great radio affiliates, KENN 1390 AM and 92.1 FM in Farmington, New Mexico. Catch Beer Guys Radio and KENN every Saturday at 10 p.m. Now let's get back to the Interfaith Holiday Craft Beer Spectacular and Charcuterie Plate.
Fine.
Yes.
I'll allow that one. Good times, man. We just tasted a few more beers here, and we did 3 that time. We've been doing 4, but we're breaking it up a little bit to balance out the numbers and slow the pace a little bit. I'm going to start by saying this was probably my least favorite round. And it had one in it that I think all you guys are big fan guys of, but I know I'm the odd man out. But 2 of them were very hoppy. 2 of that round were very hoppy and bitter hoppy, not just hoppy, but had the bitterness in there. So not my thing. Number 10, I didn't get anything that stuck out to me flavor profile wise, but I enjoyed the beer.
Number 10, you didn't.
On number 10, nothing jumped out at me there.
Was that one of the ones that you thought was hoppy?
No, 9 and 11 were the ones that I thought were very hop forward.
I wonder if I got mine backwards, because 10 is the one that came off to me as the very wreath, tastes like a Christmas wreath, smells like a Christmas wreath, rather hoppy.
Yeah.
Where were you guys at? Was it 9 or 10 was the?
I got it on 10. I got the pine sol.
Yeah, the
smell.
pine sol one. Yeah.
Not on the taste, but on the nose. I didn't get a whole lot of hop on that, though. To me, number 9 was probably my favorite. It also had a hop presence. It didn't have a lot of spice to it. Nice and dry. And then the one when I said maybe I would get one beer right, I think we all picked number 11.
Yeah, let's throw that out there. I think number 11, Celebration.
I also agree with that.
I don't dig Celebration, just not my cup of tea. So
I liked it.
I'm a fan.
I like it.
I enjoyed that a great deal. I like 10 a lot. And that's the one that had all of that fun, like a little medicinal, like the pine sol aroma. And I kind of taste that. I also got a little bit of chocolate. I did really enjoy. I think I enjoyed 10 more than 11.
I got
like
a little
Celebration.
medicinal note, but I didn't notice like the pininess. Like
really? Okay, because I think maybe I couldn't escape the aroma, and again, the nose is where a lot of the flavor receptors are, or like heavily influences what your flavor is. So I couldn't help but smell and taste the pine in that.
I just asked for another sample of that one to see if I was mixed up. I do not get pine. I get chocolate and
taste of chocolate,
medicinal.
Really? Okay,
That's what I got on that one.
Yeah,
that's really interesting. Okay, and so we're
peppery. When I taste it again, it's peppery.
Peppery. Okay,
yeah, so that's what I get there.
How about that? Okay, so some of us get.
So there we go.
All right, end of the show.
Do you get this,
Yeah,
Ron?
end of the show.
Get another smell of that. See if you're getting chocolate there.
Pine sol.
Just pine. See, I don't get pine
See,
sol.
yeah, that's
Brian.
That's
all right. Let's see.
Let
Do
me
you
smell
still
it
get
again.
your pine sol there?
Yeah, I'm getting some of it. It's not as intense as before. Before it was like unmissable.
Okay,
It smells
gotcha.
like
Yeah, I
the
get it.
air
I get the
fresheners that
wreath.
my wife just put around the house.
I get a little
To make it smell like the holidays.
Yes.
No, it smells like the holidays.
So I do smell a little of the chocolate in there, but I also smell like a wreath, like a holiday wreath or
I
something.
need
But
a
don't
beer
smell
that tastes like that smells like those cinnamon brooms that they put out this time of year. So
Man, you would never stop tasting it because
You
those
would.
brooms,
It's
once
just
they
thick.
open them up, it's like 4 straight weeks of everything around it smelling like
walk through the
cinnamon
produce
sticks.
section of
Yeah.
the grocery store and that's it. You're
you're
cinnamon.
wrecked. I'm like, well, is
You're
this produce
cinnamon.
any good? I have no idea. I can't smell anything. Yeah.
Well, Brian, so that was that round. Again, that wasn't my favorite round. I didn't really dig what was coming up in those, but we discuss these every year, Brian, in case anyone missed from the previous year. We want to talk about it again. We talked about this last week on our beer cocktail show a little bit, but we've got wassail
Yes.
and lamb's wool, our
Yeah.
holiday beverages. And just quickly, so we don't go into it too much, what are those?
So I based upon our conversation, I dug into it a little bit and double checked. It looks like lamb's wool is actually a subcategory or version of wassail, and the big thing that identifies the lamb's wool is that they bake the apples, and basically they can be cider, hot mulled punch that could be made from mulled cider, ale, wine, or spices. And it is frequently consumed from a communal bowl called a wassail bowl. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this. They pass around a giant bowl of hot beer, basically hot beer punch.
No, but I'd be down for it.
Would you be down for it?
Oh, absolutely.
So I don't know if they still do this, or if this is something that died back in the days of yore, or if this is something that died as a result of COVID. But my understanding is from the stuff I've read recently, is they don't do that for sanitary reasons anymore. But people would just this giant punch bowl with handles, they'd pass it around, everybody take a hit off of it. Yeah, that's what I was saying last week. It's like just give me a straw, because Trader Vic's, not Trader Joe's, that's the place where you buy groceries. Trader Vic's has I think it's a scorpion bowl with like super long straws, and you get like 4 of them, and people just finish off a big old rum drink. So that seems sanitary enough, right?
There's never backwash from a straw.
No, never.
It's a long straw, so it takes a while to get.
It does, and by the time it starts to get back there, you're like, oh, I'm ready for more. So you pull it back in.
When you were young, you'd kiss a stranger in a bar. Now you're worried about backwash from your friends. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. So the one that we didn't really get into as much last week, and probably in the past is the flip or the yard of flannel. It is a drink that incorporates ale, sugar, spices, and eggs. It was originally fortified with rum, brandy, or whiskey. And to do it right, this is the one that requires a hot metal rod being shoved into it. So you have to, it's a very involved process because of the eggs. You can't go above a certain temperature, and there's all tempering thing. But it's important that you put the hot rod in there. And apparently, if you do it right, it comes out tasting like liquid cookie dough. So anyway, so that's called a flip or a yard of flannel. It was called a yard of flannel because when they were pouring this thing to mix it from mug to mug, apparently it looked like an entire yard of liquid flannel. So that was kind of neat. But anyway, yeah, so that's another one that would get passed around in the giant drinking bowl. So it's that's good stuff. We just talked about the flip, Tim. Yes.
It kind of ruined the fact that I left it.
Yes.
You came back in and just told me what you
I didn't realize that
about.
when I said that.
So we can edit that out as long as
we can.
Nate makes a little timestamp note there.
Indeed, Tim. Indeed. So yes, the flip or yard of flannel.
Flip of flannel
requires a hot poker to do it. So it's they traditionally would use whatever they had from the fireplace to make it happen.
Are you re-explaining what you just explained?
Yes.
You probably want to stop that because I tried to slide out and come back.
Correct. I lost my place.
I think Nate has a project for 2023. We need to have a yard of flannel.
We do need a yard of flannel.
Yard of flannel.
I love this idea. I got to try this, although it involves a lot of cooking, to make this thing. So
it'd be fun.
Yeah,
it'd be fun to go to the shop.
It'd be great.
For sure. Man, all kinds of good stuff. Brian, have you glue creeked this year?
I haven't. It's on my list of things I want to do, but I didn't last year. So I'm going to try to. And I think when I've done it in the past, I may have done it wrong because I don't think you're supposed to add like an apple cider base to it. So I think instead of doing like a glue creek, I was closer to a wassail with a.
You did add cider to yours?
I think I did.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
It's been a few years though. Yeah. So maybe a little bit of honey, but you heat it up, put some spices in it. I did see that if you're making these, they recommend instead of using like any kind of a powdered spice that I've seen done before, you don't do that. Use whole spices because the powder stuff will leave a weird, muddled, ugly flavor. It doesn't separate well.
You know what they do with some like cloves is you can take an apple or an orange and stick them in the fruit.
Oh, that's a good
then
idea.
mull it in there because it stays in the fruit that way. And so it keeps them from getting down in your stuff. You can probably do that with nutmegs if you wedge them in there far enough.
Sure.
Actual whole eggs, chicken eggs, if you want to. Stuff them in a pineapple. Wedge it in there. Yes. Some hot dogs. Whatever you
Wait,
want
are these still spices? Oh, the Christmas sausage. I forgot.
Did you went to a Chris Kendall market and you found a non-alcoholic glue wine there, right?
Yeah. I assume it was just heated wine with spices. Oh no, it couldn't be like alcoholic.
Not if it was
wine.
NA.
Yeah, I don't know how they accomplished it. It tasted like
they make NA wines. Did it taste winey?
It tasted like a glue wine,
a mulled wine.
Huh? It did, and I never really thought about it, but it's kind of impressive they pulled that off. Of course, when they do that, they're going to sweeten it up with honey or something like that. So maybe the body given to that by the honey would cover the fact that there's not alcohol in it. I'm not sure.
I think that may be the trick with. I know with spirits you really have to make a cocktail because they don't taste like the spirit.
Correct.
The non-alcoholic ones. Maybe that's the thing with the wine is if you mull it and spice it or, make a wine cocktail, a sangria, a glue wine, maybe that hides the NA a little bit more.
I was just thinking that all of the NA alcohol that's out there, the spirits, maybe what they really need to do, because they're not trying to add calories to it. They might need to just add sugar
it up,
just to cover it up, dial back in the capsaicin that they're adding to give it the bite and just dial up the sugar and give it some body. And
wine, they don't put capsaicin in wine.
No, I'm in spirits.
In the
non-alcoholic spirits.
Oh, to give sugar in the spirits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Fun. So many things they could do with it, Brian.
Indeed.
You are listening to the Beer Guys Radio Show. We're going to take a break and we'll be back with more holiday beers.
So that yard of flannel sounds like the eggnog.
A little bit. Yeah.
I didn't catch what it was, but didn't want it re-explained.
Yeah, I kind of well, you came in right as I was finishing it. It kind of derailed my thought. I'm like, oh my god. Yes.
We just talked about it. I'm like, can't say that.
Yeah.
I'm technically here.
Breaking the meta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
The fourth wall.
I never liked the fourth wall anyway. I always thought it was wasteful.
you,
We got
fourth
3
wall.
other walls.
Yeah, if you want to send me that recipe for the yard of flannel, I'll try and come up with that.
Yeah, I can.
So
You know what? I
matzah,
found it
butter
on
and
a.
salt.
What's that?
Matzah with butter and salt
Okay. Yeah.
pumps up the flavor a little bit.
With
Just as is.
okay.
not
Just
very
but I can see that. I have done like saltines and just butter snack on them. That's my mom was very hillbilly and had a lot of things that she liked rice with butter, sugar, and like milk. I guess kind of like a bowl of cereal kind of thing. She would eat
porridge almost.
yeah, kind of like a porridge, like a rice porridge. One of her favorite snacks was a can of cold pork and beans with diced onions, butter, and a torn up piece of Wonder Bread mixed in it.
Wait,
Not
say
cold,
that again?
Warmed up, I could deal with.
No.
Cold is well. Actually, I do love
Cold-
beans.
cold-
beans,
yeah.
Drink some beans. Cold.
Cold
Yeah,
beans
I
are
can
all
do
right.
that. I can
Yeah.
do that.
Cold beans and Wonder Breads.
Pork
cold?
and beans,
Okay.
some butter,
Is this one?
diced onions,
Are we drinking 12?
and a torn up piece.
We are 12, yeah.
She said it was kind of like a low rent dumpling, like bean dumplings with putting the white bread in there. So I'm like, all right,
Oh, she wasn't dipping the white bread. It was mixed.
torn
with-
up and put in there. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Fucking Brian.
This.
Jesus Christ.
You threw me off.
Cheese and rice. Cheese and rice. No, it is a polite thing. Someone rejoins the conversation. You're like, oh, Tim, you just missed this.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for joining us, Tim.
Thanks for joining.
Oh, it's my
For those who are wondering, Tim was urinating. He's now currently back in here. And how'd your urination go, Tim?
my good friend goes.
Did it go
It's a
well?
good friend. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it was fine. Thanks.
Are they having like comedy night next door or something?
Yeah, they do like an
Yeah.
open mic comedy. We on number 12 here.
That's number 12.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Me and this one left.
This is
All
my
right.
version of Tim's celebration ale.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Was that number 12 for you?
Yes.
Well, okay. I haven't got
Hated
into it yet, so I don't know.
This is 13.
Yep.
Okay, 13.
That's nice. Dude, there's a lot of chocolate in Christmas in these holiday beers this year. Am I mistaken? You dumped
You
12.
get chocolate in
Hate it.
12.
Okay.
Easily my least favorite.
Let me go back in
Yeah, I
here.
guess I could smell it.
What did you not like about it?
Smelled like baby vomit.
Didn't we already have one of those?
This is worse.
I get a little when I really pull in a heavy whiff, I get a little bit.
Oh, 13 comes back and saves me.
See, I think some of those aromas, I would be a terrible judge because I don't think I get those.
I don't get it either.
Oh.
To me, I get a phenolic, sweet phenolic.
Yeah. I neither like or dislike number 12.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I'm very fancy on that one.
yeah.
On the
I really like 13.
Yeah, 13's a really
all right,
hard.
good. Looking forward to it. Let's see.
Well, I hope that's not
I wish this had more aroma to it. I get an effervescence, like an Alka-Seltzer. You know when Alka-Seltzer
guessing
hits
on
your
this one.
nose?
yeah, I'm
I
not
get that.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
I like this one. I think I know what this one is. I'm guessing.
all right. So
So there's a beer we should have tasted through here, and it didn't, unless it's this next one. I'm very surprised it didn't jump out at me. Do you have any idea what one I may be referring to?
I was thinking you're probably talking about Cold Mountain, right?
I am not.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking. He was talking
No,
about.
one that really should have jumped out. Other than Celebration.
oh, Shine or Cheer, probably. Yeah. This is another one that very yeasty aromas. It's 13.
Oh my gosh.
I
Did
thought
you
we
get
did.
it?
I thought
Okay.
we did as well,
Well,
but
that's disappointing because if we did, it didn't jump out to me, and it obviously didn't impress me.
So I get a sweet cherry with kind of just a hint of chocolate.
and this one's really good.
Yeah, I can see why Michael likes it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is a potential winner for me. Definitely in my top 3.
Really?
Really?
Man. Do we have enough for me to get another shot of 12?
Yes.
Or 13? Excuse me,
13.
13. Yeah, a little
Ooh,
bit more
that's
13.
pretty.
Thank you.
This is 14 now?
Yep. That's 14.
I think it's pretty.
The last one.
Oh, it's the last one?
Here's the 14th.
Thank you.
Yeah. So quickly. Are we in 3? Is this? I guess
will
this
be
got to be
4
4 coming
we're going
up.
into.
Yeah. Wow. How about that? Okay.
13.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, this is
I should wait until I try 13 again before I move on. Before I move on.
This is so hard. At this point, it's always so hard. It's just like,
Thank you.
man, so difficult.
Oh, okay. I think I know what this one may be.
And if you want retastes of anything, now is the time you can do that.
I only have 2 beers that I would put as favorites. I don't have a third to add to my list as of yet.
I can't pick the smell on 14.
There's none that jump out at me enough to say this.
I don't, it's not smoky, but it's like just on the tip of smoke.
yes.
Guys, if there's so before we go into 4th segment, go
It's-
ahead and pick your top 3. Make any notes as to why they were your favorites. And if you want to take a guess, you can. Not required.
What is that last? Okay. I'm trying to put my finger on what that smells like.
I can't pick it out either.
That last one is.
Last one?
Mhm.
Can I get a little more on 14?
14?
I mean, I've got the glass.
That'll be easier.
Maybe a touch of citrus in there. There's a
I get a
touch.
touch of citrus.
I'm not even going to try.
I get a
just know
touch
I
of
don't care
peach in
for
that.
it.
I get a touch of peach in that one too.
On the smell or taste?
On the taste.
All
You get a
right.
touch of pecan.
You know what? I didn't. Let me try again. Because this one is hard to define, but I like it. I see it.
Okay.
Like but not the bitterness that sometimes comes.
All right.
More like
It needs some bitterness to me. It's just
Oh, see,
just
not
kind of
me.
plain.
not me. Give me a gallon of this one.
Oh, 14? You're a big fan of 14?
I am a fan of 14.
I almost get a little bit of like green hop on the nose.
I get some hop. I get some hop on
I do.
those, yeah.
I do get a.
That's
I get
what
some
it
hop
is.
on the
Little-
finish.
It's like a
almost
It's
non-distinct.
What's is it? Sriracha Ace that has that minty note.
Sriracha Ace
Sriracha.
is lemon and dill.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's not it. I get a little bit of a minty note on the hops in the finish.
Denali or El Dorado has
El Dorado
it
is candy.
Kodiak. That's the one that reminds me of smokeless tobacco.
Now that
Not
you
El
say
Dorado,
dip,
is it?
I get
Or
dip.
El Dorado's the candy one.
yeah,
It's like
that's
tastes like.
the one that I think presents to me as like a smokeless wintergreen
What
tobacco.
do
Really?
we-
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. You
We-
hate El Dorado.
I
It always
do
just
hate
tastes
El
like
Dorado.
candied hops to me.
We use the hop because we thought it would
All
have
right.
mintiness to it. I can't remember what it was.
Minty.
Minty.
A mint note. Okay, I gotta look that one up.
All right.
Do you want the list?
Please, yes, sir. Oh, you got okay. Gotcha. Let me. Do you see if you can get the printer from your phone? See if maybe that would make it easy.
Would you just mark it? I can mark it. I need a pen for that. See if that will work.
Celebrate.
Ooh, this is tough.
It's wrong. I think we've used Pearl for that.
Would we use it in?
Could I try
I think it was like a stout.
8 and yeah, I gotta see what the other one is. I wanted to try 8 and 5.
Okay. I've got my top 3.
Five. Okay.
Cinco.
5 and 8.
Cinco.
Ooh, I love 5. Ooh, that's sherry. Mm.
You like that alcohol warmth thing. Yeah.
Got people in the stream.
What?
Got people in the stream.
Good. I know. We apologize. This has been kind of a boring
Yeah, we're doing a
show.
lot of tasting.
We'll have to think about that. You know, just sitting here tasting and thinking of that. It doesn't make for very good
The streaming
content.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
rough on the stream. We're getting close though.
I'm
I'm
chewing matzos.
yeah. I think I have my final rank. So
right.
when you guys are ready,
I got him.
All right.
I got my top 3.
Give me a drink here, then we'll
I
rock
may-
on.
I may be the outlier. Well, I don't know.
don't know.
The outlier. As long as Tim's around.
I'm waiting. We're waiting on the final list.
I'll put on here.
what was the other one?
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Alrighty.
Let's
Are
see.
you revealing them?
Oh, we got to give you that before we go back on air. Right?
Oh.
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 Yeah, always happens. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. All right. Okay. Yep. Uh-huh. Huh.
For those of you watching, it's not any better here in the studio.
No,
I'm not
it's
going to tell you guys either.
it's-
So not
do we
till
need to
get through
do
there.
we need to tell you ahead of time so you have the final tally going into this segment? Because I think
Okay.
we gotta tell you what.
What's your number 1, Brian?
5.
All right, let me do this. 1 and 2. Shit, I want to do it this way. That is, let's see.
It'll be interesting because I think what I was thinking it was is not correct. I don't know what it would be, but
Just Brian, just so you know, I'm here for the charcuterie.
are you here for the charcuterie? All right.
Yeah,
I really am too. That's what I was looking forward to. Yeah.
we got some applause in there.
Oh, do we?
We do still have some applause.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. That should be.
Let's
Oh, and we
see.
got the matzahs to put it on. Oh, this is going to be amazing.
Oh yeah, we do have matzos for that, don't we?
Yeah. Well, I don't think they were for that, but
Well, I mean,
we can apply the cheese
you
to
know
them.
what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness.
Is that
Fine,
even
this is
allowed?
something
Can you
We're
put
gonna-
cheese on a matzo?
Sure,
Okay.
we're going to be
All right.
trendsetters.
Okay, I didn't even know if that was allowed. I'm
Yeah.
like, I have no idea how this works.
We're not mixing dairy and meat.
That's true. There's no
This-
meat.
This will be trending on
We could
Twitter.
look and see if we've got some. I
Now,
don't think we
You
have
can't
any.
put it on the gefilte fish, the cheese on the gefilte fish.
Oh, well, I mean, we can,
Right.
Yeah.
right?
My grandmother.
Because I live such a kosher life.
That's
so
right. That's
okay.
true.
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
mean,
Oh, you can
no milk.
can you
in
be
it.
around it when it happens, or is that even off limits? Because I don't know, particles or whatever. Like,
I don't know.
okay, I'm not sure how that. I'm not sure if there's.
Hey, Brian,
strict
what,
it is.
what one did you guess as Rogues?
I think I finally guessed that Rogue was probably 12.
Okay,
I
cool.
think it was probably 12. Yeah, I had a few that I thought it might be, but I think I went with 12 on that. Was I even close? Was I right?
No, you weren't right.
Damn.
So I will tell you
I got a
that much.
different one for Rogue.
Hang on. What was the one I thought it was before that? Do I still have it on there? Oh, I always think it was 7.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
I
okay.
picked
Maybe
7 for the Rogue.
the Tootsie
Yeah,
Roll
all right.
one. Okay,
Yeah.
you know what? I should have stuck with that because that's the only one that was a stout. Yeah, 7 was the only one that makes sense. I don't know why I put Rogue on this last thing.
Okay.
That's dumb. Doesn't make sense at all, actually. Yeah. Anyway,
Alrighty. All right, gents.
Did we get-
Brian, you're number 1.
it's 5 was my number.
Okay. That's a 3-pointer. Brian, you're number 2.
It's 8,
Brian, you're number 3.
10.
All right. Ron, you're number 1.
9,
Okay.
8, and then 13.
Okay. Michael.
14, number 1.
Okay.
13, number 2. 8,
Okay.
number 3.
Okay.
And
Brian?
I'm going on record saying an 8 is St. Bernardus.
You're going on as 8 is St. Bernardus?
I went with the
Okay.
delirium.
You're wrong.
I
Brian?
went-
I think I already gave you mine.
Yeah, he did.
I did. Yeah,
He
I
was
did
first.
5, 8, 10. So did you get Ron? Did you give him? Or
I did.
You did.
You didn't do your own.
Did I
Did you
get
do your
everybody here already? All right. So let me get mine and then we'll get so I got a
Oh, you listen to this.
I got 8. I got number 5, number 3.
All right, I hate to-
And number
I
10.
run out one
Oh, you
more
like
time.
10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3
Yeah.
was probably my 1 or 2 least favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Nate?
Oh, that's
It's
right. You
just
really like
too
number
sweet.
3.
5.
Too sweet for me.
Okay.
7,
Okay. All right.
9.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you tally?
Mine are right there.
Okay.
So 5, 8.
Dude, all right.
It looks like there's
One,
there's an absolute runaway on one of
Fuck
those.
off reading my sorry. Don't read my stuff, Brian.
I'm just noticing the slashes. I can't read your writing. I can
Yeah,
see the
there's
slashes.
good. Okay.
There's a definite runaway on
There
one
is
of
a
them.
runaway. There's one
Yeah.
that just ran the heck away. All right.
Indeed.
We're waiting on Michael to get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta.
Look, number 5.
Yeah.
See that? I didn't expect that, but I shouldn't say that. That sounds bad.
Well, I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
And the others
Yeah.
were 4.5. So I mean, it's right up there.
You know what I should have done? I should have done a numerical rating on mine. That would have probably made it easier to at the end say of things to do it. I wrote notes about them and then ranked them per segment. So it was just kind of like going back. I'm like, oh my God, which one did I like? But picking 3, there was a pretty obvious 3 or 4. Like, and I really wanted Sierra Nevada Celebration to be one of them, but it was like, man, it was kind of edged out by some other stuff for me. So as much
That
as I
doesn't
wanted
say
to,
the holidays to me. I mean, that's not what I'm looking for in a holiday beer.
and that's part of the problem
Yeah.
is it got kind of eclipsed by some other ones. That are like, well, I think I'd rather have this in terms of Christmas beers.
I don't think it's a holiday beer. I think they put it out and they're forcing it
Around
to be
the
a
holidays.
holiday beer.
But you know what? It comes out like early November. And being a super hoppy, fresh hop beer, is it really supposed to stick around until Christmas, Brian?
No, not really. Not really. It shouldn't. I was surprised it came out early. I'm like, really early. Not, but October, like late
Well-
October, it was showing up.
When's the hop harvest?
It's around,
September.
it's September, October.
And
So
it changes every year, just depending on
depends on the weather.
When it's ready.
Yeah, when
It's ready when it's ready.
That's right.
All right, let's bring her back in.
Follow the Beer Guys on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Now, back to the Beer Guys radio show.
Welcome back to the Beer Guys Radio Show. If you enjoy the show, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/Beer Guys. Patrons get cool perks like Beer Guys swag and commercial-free episodes. Now let's get back to the holiday fantastic I lost Interfaith.
Just stop
interchange.
Talking.
Okay.
Just stop talking.
All right. I lost.
I can't believe that you can't remember the Beer Guys Radio Interfaith Holiday Craft Beer Spectacular Extravaganza.
And charcuterie plate. Yes, I remember.
Keep throwing that in. All we got is fish and crackers.
That's charcuterie. That's fish and crackers and horseradish. Two types of horseradish. This is a very fancy charcuterie plate.
It is. So we did it, guys. We're at the finish line here. We're going to list our favorites, our top picks, and we're going to reveal what the beers were that we tasted in order. So it'll be a good time. We're going to start with our guests. And guys, once again, thanks for joining us. We always love having you here. It's always a good time. Ron, tell us your top three and why.
My top three were number 8, number 9, and number 13. Still don't know which ones those are, but they were not overly spiced. They were more simple Belgian style beer to me, and that's what I like.
All right. Gotcha. Good deal. I'm going to make a note of everybody's number one here so I can come back and chat with you about it. Michael, what are your top three?
My number 1 was number 14. My number 2 was number 13. And my number 3 was number 8.
What was your number 1 again, sir?
Number 14.
14. Okay. Why'd 14 take the spot for you there?
It just had this nice balance to me. I just, a few different flavors. I got a peach note, a citrus note, a little mintiness in the finish, and each one just, it just flowed one into the other. I just really like the balance on that.
Good deal. Good stuff. Brian, how about you, man?
So number 5 was kind of the runaway hit for me. It had really good aged sherry, kind of like sitting in old library notes to it that I really enjoyed. Number 8 I was just sipping a second round of that. It's just such great, delicious Belgian quality. It's very rich. It's got all the fun stuff I'm looking for there. And I really enjoyed the oddity, the interestingness of number 10, that pine sol aroma. It had some chocolatiness to it. I enjoyed drinking that. And when I was taking my notes, I'm like, wow, I really enjoyed this. It was really good beer. So that's why I like those. 2 of them, one for the undeniable, like, it tastes aged, which I didn't think any of our beers were older than anything, so that
had a little vintage character to it
a little bit, and I really enjoyed that out of it. How about you, Tim? Are we on to you?
We can go to me. So my number 1 was number 5.
Okay.
I really enjoyed that one a lot, and let me find my notes. I flipped some pages here and lost my notes, but on number 5, I noted that it had a big chocolate aroma, definitely Belgian character to it. I got a toffee note and sweet cherry, and everything in it seemed quite balanced to me. You had to really dig to pull those flavors apart because they were very well melded together there. But I just thought around the holidays, that's what I want in my glass.
Oh, yeah.
That is exactly what I want there. So I really dug that one. Nate, you don't have a mic, but I want to know, remind me again, your number 1. Nate also took number 5. And Nathan, I've got Nathan's number 1. And thanks again, Nathan, for pouring for us. We always appreciate you coming and helping us out here. His was number 5. His number 2 was number 8. And his number 3 was number 13.
So am I hearing that number 5 was kind of a runaway hit?
4 of us chose number 5 as our number 1.
Okay, so that's...
Do we have any guesses here as to what number 5 was? Brian, do you got a guess?
I was going to say, boy, I don't know. I was going to say St. Bernardus, but I'm not sure that's right because I don't think that was necessarily that. Would that be like, is that maybe the Bold Monk? Possibly.
It is Bold Monk Leon Beer de Noël.
Because it tasted like there was a similarity between a lot of the other ones, and that one had just a touch of something.
So here we go. It is Bold Monk Leon Beer Noel comes in a nice, I think this is a 500 ml bottle.
It looks like it,
that we've got here, but a really nice presentation. Brian, in our Oktoberfest tasting and in our Christmas beer tasting, we had Georgia beers take the number one spot. We promised for, other than Nathan did see what he poured. So I don't think he was biased by what was poured here, but the rest of us tasted it blind tasting there. But hey, we must be doing some good things here in Georgia.
And that was one of the one-off styles. That's actually, it's not a winter warmer. That's just a Belgian quad. So
yeah.
And I don't know
what's a Bière de Noël.
Oh, Bière de, wow. Okay. Bière de Noël.
That's what he says.
Right.
That's what he says.
Is Leon backwards.
What is it Leon backwards?
It is.
Oh, that's why it's called Leon.
Good stuff, man. Good
I wonder
stuff.
if the age that I detected in that is because did it spend time in barrels, or is it an older beer? I'm not 100% sure.
What's it say there, Brian, on that label? I don't have my glasses with me.
Belgian inspired quad aged in dark rum barrels with cocoa nibs. Well, there's the chocolate that we all got. Bottle condition, 9.7% ABV. Bottled December 2020. So I was correct. There is
vintage.
This is a vintage beer.
Vintage.
That's probably why it
okay.
took
was
my
that
number
just
one
recently
spot.
Released, or did we pull that out of the cellar?
It's been around.
Okay.
No, Mike Nate's saying he's had it for a bit. So,
okay, we broke the rules there then a little bit. We don't put vintage beers in there, but we'll allow
usually
it this
not.
year.
But
we'll allow
that
it
was a good
this
beer.
year.
That was a really good beer. I'm glad we did it.
It was tasty. Absolutely. So, any guess there? So our cumulative number 2 here was number 8. Any guesses there? What that was?
I was already told I was wrong. I said St. Bernardus, but
I mean, wrong. Good guess. You're in the neighborhood. You're in the right country.
I said Delirium.
You're correct. That was Delirium Noel.
I was thinking I wrote Nice Schoof down, but I was curious about that. I didn't think that was probably right. So
yeah,
Delirium
Noel for that one. And our third winner, we have a tie there. We got a 2-way tie between Highland's Cold Mountain, which was number 9, and the St. Bernardus Christmas Ale, which was number 13. So that's what we got there. So now to run down the entire list for those that have stuck with us this long to hear what we've got going on. This is in our tasting order. Number 1 was the Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome. Number 2 was the 21st Amendment Fireside Chat. The third beer we tried was Shiner Cheer.
Got that right.
The fourth beer we tried was the Bell's Christmas Ale. Number 5 again was the Bold Monk. Number 6 was the Nice Schoof. The 7th one was the Rogue Beer Santa's Private Reserve.
Got that one right too.
8 again was Delirium Noel. Number 9 was our Highland Cold Mountain. Number 10 was the Southern Tier 2 Xmas. 11 was the Sierra Nevada Celebration, which we talked a little bit. That may not be the best one to throw in a holiday beer show.
Yeah, it's pitched as a holiday beer, but especially this year, I was drinking it. And I'm like, well, I like this. I like this beer a lot, and I need no excuse to drink it. But I'm like, I think the only reason this says holidays is because it's always released during
around
the holidays.
Yeah, early part.
Celebration.
Yeah, it's a celebration of hops near the holidays. It's not really a holiday beer.
It works out.
Yeah.
It works out there. But number 12 there was Anchor Christmas. Again, 13 was the St. Bernardus. And 14, Abita. You had the Abita Christmas Ale there. So other ones that got votes here, Shiner Cheer took third for 2 people. Again, the Bold Monk was kind of our runaway there with 11 total votes. And the way we count it, your first place beers were 3 points. Your second place were 2. Your third place worth 1. And amongst the 6 of us, that got 11 total points there.
I wonder if we should introduce something where you have one strike where you can take away a point. Like, I hate this beer.
No, we shouldn't. Moving on.
Okay.
There.
All right.
So,
Never mind.
The Rogue Santa's Private Reserve, it had 2 points there. Cold Mountain got a total of 4 points. The Southern Tier had 2 points there. St. Bernardus did have 4 points in the Abita with 3. So that's our holiday beer show. That's what we've got happening.
It's interesting that the 2 Xmas, as I recall, placed top 3 last year, and
I think it did.
Yeah, it didn't do as well this year. I was really excited to try it again, and I didn't catch which one it was when we went through it, but it did not stand out to me this year like it did last year.
We apologize for no Mike Nate slipping in a vintage beer on, because our intentions are to let you know beers you can go pick up for the holidays. And if we're pulling something out of the cellar from 2 years ago, that doesn't do you any good. So what was our number 2? I just can't believe he pulled that one over on me.
Yeah.
You allowed it, Brian.
I didn't know. I did.
So what was our number 2, guys? What landed in our overall number 2 spot here? I forget already.
I actually forgot. You've got the list.
Delirium
Delirium.
Noel.
Oh, yeah.
Go out and get you some Delirium Noel. Do you happen to know, Nate? Do you know if they have any there at Bold Monk for? No, no idea. He just plays like, let's drink this, man. Let's do it. So
hold on. Donner says we got it. It says it's there. So you can
all
run
right.
out and do
all
it.
right. So the other Nathan says, you know what? If you're in the Atlanta area, Bold Monk has great food anyhow, and it's a really, really cool vibe.
Yes,
so if you can make it to the area, go by the brew pub, grab a bite to eat, see if they got some Noel rocking. Leon, Beer de Noel.
Beer de Noel. Leon is Noel backwards.
Be a good time. But y'all, I think we're getting close to the end there. We've about used up all our time. Guys, what's everybody doing for the holidays this year? Any big plans through the holiday season? Ron?
I'm headed to Richmond for my grandson's first birthday.
Good stuff, man.
Congratulations.
Is this your first grandson?
First and only.
Oh, very cool, man. Very cool.
Well, so far.
Michael, how about you?
Actually, New Year's, Ron and I and our wives and a couple other couples, we're going up to Lake Lure in North Carolina.
All right.
About half an hour east of Asheville.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Brian, you got any plans yet?
I think I'm going to St. Simon's Island at some point. Yeah, I think so. But other than that, no real big plans. So I've yet to book any of that. So
yeah.
I maybe I'm going. I don't know. We'll find out real quick.
It's soon, man.
Very soon.
Well, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. This about wraps it up for this episode of the Beer Guys Radio Show. We're taking off next week for the holidays. We'll be back with one more show before the end of the year, our year in review, Brian. We're going to talk about 2022 year in review. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great week, and don't forget to drink local. Cheers. Clear.
I was just at Bold Monk, and when I saw that this was on the lineup, I was like,
yeah,
oh, man.
It's still there.
I wondered though if what they've got now is like the most recent.
It is
so.
I think it was the most recent one. It was like it did say like special something, so it might not be there anymore. But when I was there, and it was like.
So how long ago were you there?
A couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago. So as of a couple.
You have it there? Yes. How does it compare with this?
I mean. Still tastes kind of like,
similar.
It's very similar there versus here.
So there you go for y'all watching the live stream. Nathan did say that
you can still get
the latest version is very similar still to the vintage.
Okay. Yeah, it's
the vintage. Nate,
didn't know I broke the rule. Sorry.
You did.
I didn't. Yeah, I saw they brought.
And he said,
he's like,
great for the holiday show.
I bet.
I was like, let's do it. I didn't know it was the age. I didn't realize it was 2 years old. Like I just.
Yeah.
See that Nate license plate on the bus that just backed over you?
Oh, I threw him straight under, man. Under.
I just saw that and I'm like, what a great idea. That's a great Christmas.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Schmeckle. No, I don't think that's right. Schmuck. You're a schmuck.
A person,
not a
schmeckle.
schmeckle.
A person is a schmuck. A schmeckle is an actual penis.
Oh, yeah.
You're also a schmeckle.
A schmuck is
a schlemiel.
A person who's a dick.
A schmazel.
Ah, okay. All right.
You smell like schmaltz.
Schmaltz, yeah.
Let's wrap this up. Y'all, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a great holiday, Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever holidays you celebrate.
Indeed.
We'll be back in 2 weeks to chat with you again. So come join us, y'all. Thank you so much. Cheers.